You ever have that one weird game in your collection that no one's ever heard of? Like something so extremely obscure that there's basically no information online about anything. Well, I have one, and finally I get to talk about the Dreamcast for once. Enough fooling around, it's time to talk about Pen Pen. Pen Pen! Oh boy. What is Pen Pen, you may ask? Well, in 1998 the Dreamcast existed. The Dreamcast launched 4 games in Japan, one of which happens to be Pen Pen Triathlon, but in the PAL region we call it Pen Pen, which is what I'm going to refer to it as. It was developed by General Entertainment and Landho, and was published by Infogrames North America, formerly Accolade Inc., and Infogrames Multimedia, now Atari SA. Fun fact, some of these companies are defunct or barely alive. Not much on Landho either. Huh, I don't know where those guys are now. Anyway, let's waddle our way into the weird world of Pen Pen. Believe it or not, there is apparently a story to this game. At least in the manual of the game. Well, how about we give it to the French narrator to read?
And now, a dramatic reading of Pen Pen's story. I don't get paid enough for this. Somewhere in the universe, it is said that there is a planet called the Ice Planet. It is covered with ice and snow, and is where a race of creatures known as the Pen Pens live. Recently, creatures from other planets visited the Ice Planet. They saw Pen Pens playing around on the ice field and came up with an idea. So, the Triathlon was born, a sport based on the triathlon. The triathlon race consists of ice walking, belly surfing, and swimming, and it soon became the most popular sport on the Iced Planet. Once a year, a grand triathlon is held to determine the #1 triathlon athlete. Now you and your friends can join in on the competition anytime you please.
Gee, thanks, French narrator.
You're welcome.
Well, overall, it's a simple yet effective story for a weird and wacky game like this, and I think it's a brilliant one at that. Anyway, on to gameplay. Well, this game is a racing game, of course. We don't have carts, so what do we have? Why, Pen Pens, of course! We have Sparky, Tina, Mr. Bull, Sneak, Back, Joe, Valerie, and Hana Mizu? What? Well, for the sake of this review, I'm going with Sparky. Sparky's my favorite character in this game, so he's going to be picked for this reason and this reason alone. And we have 4 calls to choose from: Sweets, Toys, Horror, and Jungle. Who at General Entertainment or Landho looked at this and thought this was okay? Who? Seriously. Oh well, it was the 90s after all. Let's just look past that issue and play the game. Also, what's with Bambi Mask and his weird rambles? Whatever. Let's just head to the race.
Here comes the Pen Triathlon! Ready?
So, we're in the race. This isn't an ordinary race, though. We have a few things to go through. See this button prompt? Yes, the one at the bottom? Timing is key in this game, and you need to time it right to speed up your belly slide or swim. Speaking of that, how about we talk about that? Belly sliding is, well, sliding on your belly, of course. Time your button presses and you'll be good to get ahead of everyone. Keep at it and you'll be in first. Swimming is sort of the same. However, instead of sliding on your belly, you're instead swimming through a pool of water. There you can go up or down to avoid either upper races or obstacles. Oh yeah, that's the third one, waddling. Waddling uses a control stick and a button to jump. It's a nice break for the game as you now get to ram the characters to get ahead. These are really good as it adds some to variety of the racing genre. I haven't really seen anything like it. Controls, however, are kinda a different story. Controls are sometimes pretty good. However, they're extremely slippy and sometimes you end up careering off the side of the road or into an obstacle. If I had one one thing to fix, it would be that. Then again, it's set on a nice planet, so yeah, it makes sense why it's slippy, but still, it's something that's kinda hard to get the hang of. Also, see those swirls? Those are speed boosts, ladies, gentlemen, and other genders. They, well, what else? Speed you up for the cost of more control, which means if a sharp turn is coming up, we'll be prepared to meet the off-road. Off ice? On snow? Yeah, whatever, I'm looking too much into this. Obstacles, as stated previously, exist too, and these can be real bastards to you. You could have a perfectly normal race and suddenly something in the waddle section could mess up you being in first. I'm looking at you, Sweet Tin Jungle. I'm looking at you. Seriously, who programmed those in? I swear, that was only made because someone was having a bad day and decided to program in this round of bullshit just to anger us poor Dreamcast owners. I get too focused on stupid shit sometimes. Oh yeah, Penguins Racing. Races are categorized into 5 types. Easy Ice-Along, which has all the obstacles removed. Middle Ice-Along, which adds all in the obstacles to make it harder. Long Ice-Along, when the course is no longer. There's the same type where you face up with the same type of character you're playing as. And versus Hanamizu, which is a race against the unlockable character Hanamizu. It's great to have these in the game. However, the game feels short. Like I beat this the day I got it. It's not even that hard. Plus, some of the courses kind of feel empty. I love these courses, but I feel like a bit more stuff going on could be a bit better in my opinion. Anyway, what's next? Oh hey, graphics! Graphics in this game are surprisingly nice for a launch title. Well, at least for me anyway. Sure, some of these look quite dated, especially Ooga Pongo, but for the most part, this looks somewhat great. It's beautiful, let me tell you. Some of these look better than games actually released around or even after the Dreamcast release. Overall, for a launch title, you look quite nice, Pen Pen. Let's see. Music. Dear God, my ears have been blessed with greatness. Pen Pen's music sounds absolutely stunning. While it's not the best, it's certainly something nice to listen to from time to time. As of making this script, I actually put on some music from the game. I mean, sure, I wanted to be true to the game by taking a listen, but even if I'm not focused on Pen Pen, I still listen to it. How about you take a listen? Just wow. It's great. Overall, give it a listen if you ever want to in your life. Overall, I recommend Pen Pen. That is, if it wasn't stuck on the Dreamcast. 24 years later, this game has still not gotten the re-release it so deserves. Which is a shame because I love this game. Well, there is always emulation, but it's always iffy depending on how capable your PC is. And getting a Dreamcast is a very hard thing to do. Oh well, if you do get a chance to play this game, please do. And hey, please give me your thoughts on your experience, whether it be happy or sad. I'm more than willing to listen. Anyway, that's all for now. I shall see you guys in the next video I'll be doing. Bye bye!